Hello everyone, I am the VR Viking, and today we're going to be doing something slightly different. I'm not going to be doing a gameplay with this video. This is just a short guide on how to record 1080p 60 FPS video with OBS. Now again, everyone is going to be different because everyone has different settings and different, hardware specs in their computer, which is very important to how your video recording is going to look like. So these are going to be recording settings according to my computer specs, which are right here. These are the main things that will affect the stream: graphics card, processor, RAM. And if you have a webcam, obviously that's my webcam. And these are just the extra peripherals that I have that really don't affect my stream, except for like the Oculus Rift, which I do VR videos. But OBS basically treats the Rift as another display device, so nothing really special to set up with that. And so I guess the first step is a short OBS tour. A short OBS tour. So first of all, you can see my mouse. Actually, when I first started this video, I had this off, and I was kind of freaking out because I didn't know where my mouse was. So that's a first little tip. If you want to show your mouse or hide your mouse, just right click the preview here and select that. So what I'm recording right now is the monitor capture. This can be changed to either monitor that you have. You can also do the chroma key. This will make things transparent, which I don't recommend using for monitor capture. If you were to use this, I would use chroma key for images, or if you have a green screen set up for your webcam, you can here, I can show you real quick. So this image, let's use this. You could pick what you want to have transparent. So let's make the outlining of it transparent. Boom. And you can move it around with this. You just right click it, then it says position and size. Position, you can size it fit the screen. Good God. Move to right edge. Or you can do edit scene. You can just drag these little things, little anchors. The other than the webcam, the good thing to use the transparency for is if you have like a GIF of, say you have a bunch of sponsors and you want to show them on your video at the same time, you can just run them as a GIF and then have the background transparent. So that's that. What else is there? Because we go over the sources. So that's the image. You can turn it on and off. You can turn all these on and off for that matter. Oh, hi. That's the webcam. Turn that on and off. Game capture. That is the it's one of these sources you can use. These are all the sources. You have window, monitor. Window is captured like this, the OBS window. Monitor captures everything that's in here on the monitor. Image was the image slideshow. I haven't done that yet. I guess that can be used for GIFs. Global source we'll go over later. Text. Justice reigns from above. That's the title of it. Whoops. Whoops. And now you have text up here. Okay, what else? What else? So yeah, I was about to cover the game. The way you want to record games is actually I've heard mixed results from all sorts of people. OBS, I think on their homepage will recommend use game capture for all your games. And what that does is it just captures the game itself. It doesn't capture anything else. So if you were to say play a game on Steam and you were to access your Steam overlay, it won't show the overlay. Or if you were to alt tab from your game, it depends on what game it is and what they set, but generally it'll probably pause the game or it'll run it at a really low frame rate. Or sometimes it'll just run it as normal, like if it's a Windows borderless game or a windowed game, it'll just run it as normal. But I use game capture for what I do. I do like I said, VR gameplay videos, so it's non-stop game capture for that. If I do anything else, it doesn't for monitor capture, it doesn't pick up the Rift as a monitor when you have it plugged in. So when you have the Rift plugged in, for me, I only have one HDMI cord, so it'll only show a single monitor here instead of two of them. So for VR videos, I use game capture. You could change it here. So when you're playing a game, I was doing Doom recently, so I was playing around with that. But you can change it here when you're playing the game. And actually, it won't show up on the list unless you have the game open. So if you were to record, say I was recording Doom, and if I were to go and play Hello Kitty Island Adventure, for example, if I don't set it here again, it won't pick up the game. Like, it won't error out or anything like that or crash. It just won't pick up the game, and it'll look something like, wow, my headphones died. Anyways, it will look something like this. You'll still have your overlay stuff that you had in here earlier, like your webcam and everything, but the game won't be there. Oh yeah, it'll show it right here too. It says cannot find window because the game just isn't there. So, that covers that. What else is there to check in here? Global source, yeah. So I have one global source right now, which is a game capture, or the camera. If I do it correctly, I can make this a, how did I do that? Oh, it's in settings, I believe. Global sources right there, Dur. So let's add a new one. Let's add monitor capture. Hi. Let's do monitor 2, so it's this one. And, yeah, that's good. So now we can add hi. And boom. It switched over to that source. And now we switch back. Just kidding, it wouldn't let me switch back. Haha! I'm professional. Anyways. So that's that. That's global sources. Global sources are handy if you have a lot of scenes here. So, like, I use the camera as my sole global source because I have the full screen cam here. And if you want to, you can also, where does hotkey here? If you're live streaming on Twitch or YouTube, whatever, you can always set a hotkey here. So numpad 1, numpad 2. Then you can just switch by pressing the button. That's handy for live streaming. If you're recording video, I don't use it personally, but it's there to switch scenes quickly. Let's move you down because you can see here. It's a good example. I have the image turned down, but it's not being shown. That's because there's an order from top to bottom of what's being shown. So I can order this, move to bottom, and boom, back up. You can move it up, back to the top, move you to the bottom, move you up. Okay, so that's that. That's a decent short tour, I guess. So next, we're going to cover live streaming and video recording. We're going to jump into the settings here. You can access settings there. You can go up here and go to settings. Before we do that, I'm going to turn off the preview. And there we go. Now, what I'm going to show you are the settings that I use for my setup with my specs here. If you have lower specs, you're not going to be able to use the same quality settings that I use. But that all just comes down to you just playing around with the different settings, changing values, and all that fun stuff. So, this one, I don't mess with this one. I never used it. Encoding, this is where you're going to basically do all your video stuff. So I use the NVIDIA encoder. I didn't have this option here before until I got my 970. So if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you should be able to use this, and this runs really well. I've had no problems with it with this encoder. Before I used the NVIDIA one, I used this encoder and it worked pretty well for some games. Other games it didn't work as well. Use CBR. If you are live streaming, it'll tell you to use CBR. I don't use it because I'm not live streaming. Quality balance. This is the quality of your video. So you're gonna want for video recording, just max it out. Same goes for this. This is your bit rate. If you're live streaming, you'll want this to be okay for live streaming. The for Twitch, I don't know what it is for YouTube, but for Twitch, I know it's 3,500 is the maximum quality setting you can use. But this is all depending on your upload speed on your internet at home. Mine is I think mine is a 10 upload. So when I used to stream on Twitch, I would use like a 2,000, and I would be pretty fine. The quality wasn't the best, but my internet didn't crap out on me. But for video recording, I pretty much keep it the same with this. So if it's at 10, put 10,000. If you have 8, throw in 8,000. Audio settings, I just max this out. I mean, I'm no expert on audio settings myself, but I think just to maximize it and you're good to go. Broadcast settings. Now this is you'll have two options here in your mode. You'll have file output only, or live stream. File output is what you'll use for recording just videos and you upload them to YouTube or whatever later on. Live stream is what you'll use for live streaming. So you'll see here you have all the different websites that you can stream to. Mine's set to Twitch, but you can set it to YouTube or wherever the hell Cyber Game TV is. Then here is the server list for Twitch. I'm in the East Coast-ish, well Midwest, but not far from Chicago, so I use that. And this here, this is your stream key. I don't remember how to access it on Twitch, but this lets you connect to the server so you can upload your video, your live stream. This you don't want to show to anybody. If you do, they can stream with your account, and that's bad. And auto reconnect, I would recommend keeping this on, just keeping it default 10 seconds. So that what this does is that if your stream was to crash, it'll wait 10 seconds and OBS will try to reconnect to it. And then down here is like your video output. You can record video and upload at the same time with, or record video and live stream at the same time with this button. But I don't recommend doing that because it's doing two major processes at the same time, and it'll probably just kill your computer and your quality of your video or stream. So the file, it'll create an MP4. No, go away. Video. I have one graphics card. I'm assuming if you have multiple graphics cards, you'll have more options here, or SLI setup. I think will also show up here. I have it set to a custom 1080p, and then down here, this is I keep this at 1080p, 60 FPS. You can change your FPS here. If you're to live stream on Twitch, you can do 1080 streaming, but it's not recommended because it doesn't look very good on Twitch. It also, I guess it depends on what game you're playing. Like some Hearthstone streamers will use 1080p 60 FPS, but that's because it's Hearthstone. If you're to play Counter-Strike or Call of Duty or whatever, you're not going to get a good stream at 1080p 60 FPS. So I would recommend going down to 720p and then 60 FPS. And if your stream is struggling, definitely lower the FPS here to say 30 or 45. Audio, this is where you'll pick like your audio devices. So this is where the audio will output to. So I have my headphones on. Then this is your microphone. If you were to have like a Blue Yeti or something like that, it'll show up here. Hotkeys, I don't mess with these, I don't bother with those. Now this is advanced. This is basically what's going on behind the scenes of your OBS program to output your video and audio. These are all my settings right here. These are what you're just gonna have to play around with these and get them to work correctly with your computer specs. I have a 4790K and a GTX 970, which is a pretty, I guess, a high tier computer, like a medium high tier computer. So I'm able to have some higher settings here, but I definitely recommend playing with these. I have high quality, low latency. You go high performance, which is it's gonna lower your quality, but you're gonna have a great performing computer. Lossless, I tried this before, and I had a terrible experience with that. I think that it just made the video size extremely large. Same with high performance. Use a high encoding profile, UCFR. I think all of these are default. I don't think I touched these at all. This I didn't touch. This, I never used this before, but I know some people use this to let's say you're recording or streaming from like your living room and you have other people in your house that are loud or talking or whatever. You can use this to kind of cut out the background noise. And this is also helpful if you have a USB mic and you get that loud like buzzing. It used to be common in Turtle Beach headphones. I know that because I used Turtle Beach headphones to start out with, and you would hear through the mic a buzzing sound. You can use this to help reduce that as well. Scene switcher. I'd never used this, but I think this goes along with down here your scenes down here. But what else is there to cover? That's pretty much it. You can grab OBS here. Use a speed test here to test your internet. I can show you mine real quick. Turn on the preview. Let's change you to speed test. No. There. So this is my internet speeds. This is what will show up after you do your speed test. Now again, this is a screen that you don't really want to show a lot of people because down here I have it scratched out. It'll show your ISP or your IP address. Then over here it'll show your ISP and not your ISP, but it'll show like your general location down here. So definitely be careful when you show this screen to other people. So I have a download. My download is at 100, but for some reason it was lower. Comcast. Upload speed, I have a 10 upload, and this is kind of how you'll determine what bit rate you want to record your video at for live streaming. Mine is at 10. I was able to do 2000 bit rate with no problem, but if I was to say do 2500, my internet would freak out and I would get a lot of drop frames, and this would be flashing red and green and yellow and basically just freaking out because my internet just couldn't do the upload speed. And I think that covers everything. I'll show the settings once again here. So this is my general settings, my encoding. Again, these are all settings for me. I can record 1080p 60 FPS with these settings on my 4790K GTX 970, 16 gigs of RAM. Broadcast settings, nothing to show here. Video, this is my video settings. Audio, nothing really show there. Advanced. And again, these settings may not work for you. If you have a better computer than mine, obviously these will work for you. So yeah, I hope that helps you out. I get questions periodically on what I use to record and what settings I use to record, how I record, and all that fun stuff. Now, I'm not going to cover video editing. I myself don't do any crazy editing. Honestly, I just cut video and add like an intro to it, which you'll see what you saw in the beginning anyways. This is my 10-second intro video. It's edit videos. I actually use what's it called? Movie Maker. I use Windows Movie Maker, which is a really primitive, really basic video editing software, but it works for what I do. And it does work for Windows 10. I'm on Windows 10 right now, and it'll say that it's not supported, but you can download it and install it, and it works just fine. So whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is your mic volume, so I can keep talking right. And then I could come back in, and it'll still be. I'll still be talking, but it'll, because when I click that, it mutes my mic. Same goes for here. If I click this, when it's grayed out like that, you're not gonna get any audio through. That's how you can mute your game real quick. Or you can click it on here, set up your volume, whatever. I'd definitely recommend, if you were to record a video, play around with your settings first before you record, because you really don't want to have a video that you record at max volume but your voice is so low you don't know it until after you're done recording for an hour. So definitely do some test runs first. And this is kind of what it sounds like when I lower the volume. I don't know if it's dynamic, so I'm going to keep letting go of the mouse. And I'm so quiet. I'm so quiet, I'm yelling. I had to yell there. Anyways, that's it. That's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this helps you out with your recording endeavors. I think I will have my I'll have these down here in the description below, so you can grab OBS and check your internet speeds. And that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me or subscribe to my YouTube. All that good stuff. If you want to comment and tell me how terrible this video was, please do so. Please. Because I'm sure it's probably like one of the worst guide videos ever. It's my first guide video. Ooh. It's one of my first guide videos ever. There we go. This will only happen if you're on if you're recording your desktop with this on it. When you do game capture, if you were to have like say if you have one monitor and you're recording, if you do game capture, it won't show anything on your desktop. That's another good hint I can drop on you before I exit the video. So this won't show up if you're doing game capture. If you're doing window capture, I think it might show up if you were to do like a windowed. If you're playing windowed or windowed borderless, it might show the desktop. Same goes for monitor capture, because monitor capture just shows whatever's on your monitor here. But yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.